Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 6, and this time we'll do the rear doors. There's a lot to do, so let's roll the intro and get to it. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. Mr.BoxVan. Before we start, we need to wash the van. Cause no offense honey, but you're dirty. You've seen a car get washed before, so we'll fast forward through that. Much better. Now we can get started. First up is replacing this broken emblem. Next thing, we're gonna install a backup camera. In order to do that, we'll remove the license plate and the plate holding plastic thingy. Then we'll drill a hole, just wide enough to run the cables through. I covered the hole with some silicone to keep it from rusting. Then I fed the wires through the hole. Up to the rubber tube, through the tube, and down to the taillight. I removed the taillight and connected the camera to the back light wire. The taillight was very worn and damaged, so I ordered a new one and installed that. The camera was covering the letters on the license plate as well as the plate illumination, so I repositioned it in the middle instead. The screen is supposed to be screwed to the dashboard, which I would never do to my honey. What I really want is to put it where a rear view mirror would go, but that wasn't possible, so I decided to screw it into the monster, which I have no problem with. The problem with this though is that the screen would be upside down. I'll have to build an adapter. I drew a very professional design and got some wood to make it from. When I was done, I painted it black. Since I'm colorblind, I actually painted it brown, and the result was so ugly not even I can accept it. So I decided to make a new one in metal instead. When I'd make sure it fitted, I painted it black. Really black this time. Then I screwed it all in place. Removing the protection plastic is so satisfying, and since I wired it to the backlights instead of the reverse lights, all I have to do is turn on the lights to get a signal, making this kind of a digital rear view mirror. Now everything on the outside is done, and it's time to turn our attention to the inside. I covered the door with paper, closed the door and drew the shape I wanted. Then I traced this shape to plywood and cut the plywood to size. I drilled holes in the door and put rivets in. When I'd made sure everything fitted, it's time to glue the fabric to the plywood. This is not the same color as the other walls. That's because the color I've used so far is out of stock forever, and I had to pick another. Since I'm colorblind, this won't bother me at all, in any way. While the glue was drying, I put insulation in the door, and when the glue was dry, I mounted the door side, and this is the result. The next door was done the same way. Cut paper, trace it to plywood, and cut the plywood. I held the plywood to the other door side to get the holes in somewhat the same height. I drilled the holes and put the rivets in. When everything fitted, I glued the fabric to the plywood. While the glue dried, I insulated the door and glued this felt fabric around the doors. When the glue was dry, I mounted the last door side, and this is the result. We are done for this time, and in the next episode, as some of you might have already guessed, we'll do the last wall. Take care now, and I'll see you in the next episode. If you can't wait for that, I've actually joined the 21st century and got myself an Instagram account. Feel free to follow me there.